Yo, Eagle fans, do you smell it? That ain't the smell of Mark Holmes burning more chicken wings. That is the smell of fear, because the rest of the NFC conference is in utter panic tonight. Their knees are shaking and buckling. They're shaking. They're scared because the reality is setting in that the Eagles are going to keep Big Play Slay. And once again, we'll have one of the best cornerback duos in the National Football League. Champions!
What a move by Howie Roseman! Whoa! Dallas still stinks.
Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. We got some huge breaking news happening right now. Well, breaking rumors, really. But this is big time. This is game-changing. Ladies and gentlemen, Dingbats of all ages, the Eagles proudly present to you the best cornerback duo in the National Football League once again, as it looks like Big Play Slay is coming back. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL content. You are looking not just at a guy that looks like Denzel Washington, but you're looking at the most censored, most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check, double moonwalk check, make sure that bell is rung, you're subscribed, nothing has changed. You know how YouTube gets a little funky sometimes. You don't want to miss anything because these things are coming 100 miles an hour. We got big news, guys, but we got big news, and this is exciting. This is exciting, and I don't really see a downside except for maybe one possible scenario, and even then, it could be worse. I'll take this, okay? But news is coming out from multiple sources, multiple reports, that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to keep Darius Slay. Now, as you guys all heard earlier today, the Eagles were going to release him. He said his goodbyes to Philly, but the Eagles really didn't want him to go. They wanted to keep him, and they wanted to work out a contract and figure out some way to make it work. And well, it looked like they were going to release him. That's what we were all thinking. And then when the start of the new season emerged and it happened, one thing that was quietly left out of all the moves that were being announced was the Eagles didn't announce that they released Darius Slay. And it was like, well, why didn't they release Darius Slay? Why didn't they say it? Could something be up? And then we started to hear rumors. Darius Slay posted, hey, you never know, I could come back. And people, you know, we all started to wonder. Our little pea brain started to like move. The little mouse, you know, running around, you know, in the thing. The wheel was spinning, and it was like we were thinking, maybe Darius Slay could possibly stay. Could Slay stay? Could it happen? I don't know. And we were all kind of hoping, while watching Miles Sanders go, while watching Fletcher Cox come back, and then waiting on Gardner-Johnson. But it looks like now the Eagles are not going to release Darius Slay. And excuse me for my chair making noises, but my ass is torn the crap out of it. But there's one guy to thank, and it is Mr. Pocket pencil protector, the glasses, the bow tie, the Napoleon hat. It is Howie Vision. We are all just living in it. Today, Howie Vision is good. I'm loving it. It is late at night. I came home. I was sitting there chilling, relaxing, and all of a sudden, we started hearing things. This from Adam Schefter. Eagles never officially released cornerback Darius Slay today. And now, one source said that the Pro Bowl cornerback is, quote, is expected to stay with the Eagles. It's not a final, but that's the way it's looking right now. A new deal could be in the works. How about that? Then I saw this from Derek Gunn. After a day-long negotiations, now it looks like Darius Slay will be staying with the Eagles. The Bird secondary looks a lot better now. John Clark, I'm told it's likely at Big Play Slay will be staying with the Eagles. Pound Slay to stay. And on and on and on. Yeah, the Eagles are going to keep Darius Slay. It looks like it's going to work. It looks like they're going to figure out a contract. Of course, I'm getting texted while I'm streaming because that's what, or I'm making a video because that's what always happens. But it looks like Darius Slay is going to stay, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with his extension. I'm sure there's got to be some sort of agreement to restructure his contract, freeing up that money that was at like $17 million, something like that. So the Eagles are going to keep Darius Slay, and with the addition of Bradbury coming back, the Eagles once again have two of the best, well, I'd say three of the best starting corners in the National Football League, because you got Bradbury, Slay, and Avonte Maddox, okay? Everybody's talking about how we're getting destroyed. We're losing all these guys. And we did. We lost Hargrave. We lost Edwards. We lost Kaiser White. But right now, I think we've kept enough pieces that we're still the best team in the NFC. I still believe it. Yes, Hargrave was a big loss. You lose him, 11 sacks. But you got a first-round pick in Jordan Davis ready to take a step. You got Fletcher Cox coming back who will be productive. And then you got Nakobe Dean to play linebacker. I really like Nakobe Dean. A lot of us felt like Nakobe Dean probably could have played last year, but he wasn't given a shot because of the way Edwards and White played. So if you can maybe go out in free agency and find a Bobby Wagner or get a linebacker to kind of fill in for the one you lost with Nakobe Dean, you're going to be okay. And then, of course, the big thing, and it's still hanging over our head, is Gardner-Johnson. Now, my only fear about this whole Darius Slay thing is that the reason they're going to keep him is because it fell through with Gardner-Johnson. That's the only thing I worry about, okay? Because people ask me, yo, Philly, what would you like to do? Do you really want to get rid of Darius Slay, a great corner, for a safety and Gardner-Johnson? And I said, yeah, I would. And it's nothing against Slay. I love Darius Slay, but when you have a 25-year-old guy who could be the centerpiece of your secondary, who could be a pillar to build your defense around for years to come, with that, when such a young age and 7 years younger than Slay, yeah, of course you got to keep the young guy. It's just it's an age thing. It's not a personal thing. It's a business thing. So my only concern now, and I haven't seen anything on this, and I'm sure we're going to find out within the next 24 hours, but my only fear is that Gardner-Johnson isn't coming back, and that's why they decided to keep Slay. But we don't know that for sure. It could be they decide to keep Slay. They're going to restructure his contract, free up space, and then they're going to bring Gardner-Johnson back. Now, if they go out and they get Gardner-Johnson after keeping Slay and bringing back Bradbury, this team is nasty again. It is nasty. You got one of the best cornerback duos in the National Football League, and I still love Avonte Maddox. If you can secure yourself with Gardner-Johnson, you got to do it. Okay. I'm going to say this too. I still don't think the fact that you're going to keep Slay and Bradbury, I still don't think that means that you avoid drafting a corner 10 overall if that's who you like. If your best player on your draft board is a cornerback, take them. Take them. If it's Gonzalez or if it's Weatherspoon, take them. Let them learn behind Bradbury and Slay, and then eventually they can slide into that starting role. But Darius Slay coming back is a great thing. When it looked like we weren't going to get Bradbury, and then it looked like we're going to get Bradbury, but Slay had to go to bring back Gardner-Johnson. Of course, I would want Bradbury and CJ back. But if I can have all three of them, that would be the best. I haven't seen anything saying that Gardner-Johnson has gone somewhere else. I think the Eagles are trying. This is what Howie's good at, right? There are two things Howie's really good at: figuring out cap issues and working out contracts and making it work. and trades. He kills it all the time on both these things. This is very exciting to me because we did not lose nearly as much as people acted like we were going to, or even what we expected. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a bloodbath, right? We weren't going to get anybody back, but guys wanted to come back. They love this team. They want to be a part of this team. You just saw how Darius Slay's wife reacted when she thought they were leaving. He was not even happy. I mean, it was brutal. Everybody was writing us off, telling us we're not going to playoffs. I saw Dan Silly say we're not going to play. He's wrong. We're going to playoffs. We're going to conference championship. And if Gardner-Johnson come back, we're going to Super Bowl. We might do it anyways. But this team kept a lot more players than I thought they were going to be able to. And kudos to Howie Roseman, Howie Vision. I'm excited about this Darius Slay thing. Assuming that they're going to work out the contract, restructure, it's going to free up some cap space, And if for some reason we don't get CJ Gardner-Johnson back, well, I would rather have Darius Slay and Bradbury, as a consolation prize than to, come away with nothing. If we would have lost Bradbury and CJ, that would have been horrible. If we get one of those guys back, and at least we have our cornerback tandem still intact, I mean, it's better than nothing. Hopefully, CJ Gardner-Johnson is still a priority. If they can, to me, I feel like this. Like all these people are talking about all the players that they're bringing in from other teams. To me, if you just get CJ Gardner-Johnson back right now with Bradbury and Slay, man, that is going to be an A+ off season so far in my eyes, and it's early. It's only day one technically, but this is big news. This could not wait till morning. Darius Slay coming back, very, very important. And with that said, I will let you guys go. I will talk to you later. I'm gonna go relax and enjoy the fact that we got the best cornerback duo in the National Football League. Take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. Boy, Howie is running circles around the National Football League. They can't figure it out. They thought we were going to get decimated. We were going to lose everybody. We were going to be all depressed, crying. Now they all realize we ain't going anywhere. We're going to be back in the whole mix of things again. You can't avoid us. The Eagles, we got unfinished business. We got to go win a Super Bowl. Congratulations on Darius Slay on staying with the Eagles. Couldn't be happier to know that we got our two outside cornerbacks. Now let's bring in my man, CJ Gardner-Johnson. Let's get that safety back and let's go back to work. Denzel Washington.